Jeszcze jedna premiera naszego serialu Twardy Basket. Dzisiaj program szczególny z oczywistych powodów. Zaprezentujemy oddzielnie Aljaža Kunca, który jest fenomenem, bo trzeci sezon występuje na polskich parkietach najdłużej, także ma okazję z zawodników zagranicznych występować w drużynie Twardych Pierników. Ale to nie wyczerpuje całości naszego dzisiejszego spotkania w Twardym Baskecie, bo także przekonamy się, jak wygląda przygotowanie do meczu Dzień meczowy najmłodszego w składzie Twardych Pierników w sezonie 2025-26 Maćka Keniga. A potem jeszcze na finiszu naszego programu szczególna atrakcja. Wojciech Michałowicz, zapraszam do oglądania.
Mainly because I wasn't good at other sports. You know, I tried a little bit of everything. You know, a little soccer, track, but I was never really good at that. So when I started playing basketball, I liked it. I picked up on it. I used to love watching it. You know, when I was a kid. So I think that was one of the main reasons that I started and then I enjoyed the sport. Yeah, when I started playing, I was like 10, 11 years old. And at that time, there was a couple of Slovenians in the NBA. You know, we had Rašo Nesterović, Beno Udrih, Saša Vujačić, Primož Brezec. There was a lot of guys that, you know, I would wake up in the morning and I would go see the stats from the NBA games last night. So there was a couple guys, you know, growing up that I kind of aspired to be. But then obviously lately, you know, Goran Dragic, Luka Doncic, you know, those are kind of like people that, you know, not just me, but the whole country kind of looks up to. So there's been a lot of great, you know, Slovenian basketball players, you know, while I was growing up. So I can't just pick one. There's a lot of them. I mean, I had a lot of great coaches, you know, throughout my career. You know, like I said, I started when I was 10, and you know, I had a lot of different coaches then. And then I was growing up, and then when I went to college, you know, I changed 3 different coaches in my college career. So it's really hard to, you know, just pinpoint to like a certain coach that like had the most impact. But I feel like there's, you know, I wouldn't be where I am today, you know, without like a lot of people. You know, a lot of coaches that helped me, and you know, a lot of trainers that helped me, you know, develop individually as well. So I feel like there's been a lot of good influence throughout my career while I was growing up. That was a long time ago. My first game. I don't even remember my first game. That's crazy. Did you ask Damian this question? Did he remember? Because for him it was even longer. But
I know.
I don't remember specifically my first game, but I just know that like the first time I kind of went out and to the playground and I started, you know, shooting a little bit with my dad, and that's when I really, you know, started liking it. But yeah, to just one game, I can't tell you. Yeah, you don't really see that a lot of, you know, especially as a non-Polish player, you know, as an import or a foreigner, whatever you want to call it. I feel like a lot of them, you know, come for 1 year and then they would, even if they stayed in the PLK, they usually change teams or like, but I feel like my journey was kind of unusual, you know, last year with the whole injury, and you know, I was out for the whole year. So, you know, I'm glad I can come back. I was able to come back, you know, and like you know, I know the coaching staff, I know, you know, some of the players, and you know, obviously I know the city well. So it kind of feels like, you know, a second home at this point. But I really am, you know, grateful that I'm able to be here for the 3rd year, and you know, hopefully. We didn't start as well, but you know, hopefully we can pick up and, you know, have a good season. Yeah, I think we played together for 2 seasons. You know, I was already there when, you know, he came as a freshman. He's a great guy. Honestly, I have, you know, no bad things to say about him. He's a great basketball player. You know, he managed to have like a great career after. He also transferred and went to a different school, and you know, played a little bit in G League. You know, had a great summer league this year. But he's just a great human being. You know, he's really nice. You know, no problems off the court. He's just a pure human. And you know, I will say that when I was there, my 3 years at Washington State, he was definitely one of my favorite teammates. I I have not. No, he wasn't. You know, as obviously it's not a secret that they're not. You know, they don't have a great relationship and they're not as close. So I haven't met him. I only met, you know, his mother. We talked about her. She, you know, she was the one that raised him, and you know, she's also a great human being. So I think that's where he got it from. You know, it's from her. But I haven't met him. Unfortunately, I haven't met Dennisem Rodmanem. No. There's a couple. My first year when I was here, I was by myself. My fiance wasn't here with me, but last year and this year she's here with me. So now that we're together, we explore a little more. The first year I was just kind of, you know, I was home. I ordered a little bit, but there's a bunch of places we like. We really like. It's called Coco, the Asian fusion chicken spot. We really like that. Obviously, White Bull, can't really go wrong with that. Azzurro, and I'm really glad because it used to be Azzurro here next to the arena, but they closed it. But now they opened one across the bridge where I live, so we go to Azzurro quite a lot. We love Italian, but if we want a little cocktail or something, we go to Chleby Vino. There's a lot of good places in Torun. I will say that though.
Zapraszam do mojego domu. No, w dzień meczowy zawsze lubię na szaleństwie zrobić jakiś jogurt proteinowy z płatkami. Zaczniemy od tego, do tego jakiś owoc i trochę miodu najlepiej. Potem zawsze mam dzięki temu dużo energii, więc nakładamy dużo jogurtu, żeby mieć siłę na mecz i na koniec jeszcze trochę miodu, żeby było słodsze. I teraz możemy zacząć robić kawę. Gdyby mecz był w godzinach późniejszych, normalnie zjadłbym na obiad zawsze, może nie zawsze, ale staram się ogólnie jeść to samo. Staram się zawsze jeść spaghetti bolognese przed meczem, bo gdzieś słyszałem kiedyś w takim podcaście po prostu, że z mięsa takiego czerwonego energia się jakby dłużej utrzymuje w twoim ciele i jakby z kurczaka dużo szybciej przez ciebie przychodzi, tak mógłbyś być głodny na meczu, a ponieważ mięso czerwone jest niby cięższe. Ja się na tym nie znam, ale tak gdzieś usłyszałem po prostu i sobie to wziąłem do serca i gram zawsze potem spaghetti bolognese i mam energię, że jest tym dobrze. No to musimy się pakować na mecz, tak? Biorę ze sobą 2 pary getrów, bo nie wiadomo w jakich będziemy grać jeszcze. Pan kapitan zawsze gra przed meczem. Do tego koszulkę pod, żeby nie przepatać strojów. I do tego skarpetki, bo buty i tak dalej, wszystko na hali, tak? I może jakieś spodenki, żeby się rozgrzeć. A jeszcze bluzę, żeby nie zamarzać. No i wszystko spakowane. Ogólnie to ja muszę dojechać tramwajem na halę, niestety jestem najmłodszy i nie mam jeszcze prawa jazdy, jeszcze mi się nie udało skończyć, więc dojeżdżam tramwajem, ale naprawdę jest bardzo tylko dojazd, 20 parę, więc jestem na hali zawsze, więc nie mam wymuchu, żeby się spóźnić. Po meczu przechodzimy do domu i najlepszy relaks po meczu dla ludzi w moim wieku, mojej generacji to jest pograć na konsoli, najczęściej gram w FIFA albo w NBA, tak myślę, że może jakaś gra przygodowa, czy na przykład Fortnite, coś w tym stylu. Dzisiaj akurat zagramy w FIFA, odpocząć trochę od koszykówki, to jest inny sport. No, na przykład też lubię przystępować jakąś grę właśnie w stylu Fortnite, czy jakaś gra multiplayer, żebyśmy mogli pograć parę osób, albo na przykład wszystko swoim znajomym, to jest też fajna opcja, żeby sobie poradzić ze znajomymi o czymś innym, pierdołach trochę, jakby odpocząć od koszykówki, od tego takiego normalnego, codziennego życia i po meczu ciężkim, tygodniu przepracowanym i trochę dnia wolnego też się należy i spokoju.
W tym innym od wszystkich poprzednich magazynów Twardy Basket mieliśmy okazję poznać słoweńskiego gracza twardych pierników Aljaža Kunca, który szczęśliwie już 3. sezon ma okazję występować w toruńskiej drużynie, a także z nieco innej strony poznaliśmy najmłodszego w składzie Maćka Keniga. Oczywiście kolejne spotkanie w twardym baskecie za tydzień. Zapraszam jak zawsze gorąco. Wojciech Michałowicz, kłaniam się.